I did it.
Can we get a shooting game where you like hunt Pokemon and just shoot them? Yes, he just said yes we can. I just saw him say yes we can. That's good news. I'm excited. Pokemon Snap. It's called Pokemon Pal. Wait a minute, you could actually do that, couldn't you? You just port Pokemon Snap, but instead you just have a gun instead of a camera. You shoot everything. That's a good idea. That's $1 million idea. Pokemon Snipe. Snipe, 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 snipe,
Be careful what you wish for, especially after I've had 3 Red Bulls, because I am ready to fuck. Welcome back to another episode of I'll Give Anything a Gun. This episode, guess what we're doing? Also, we got this camera. I don't know if I'm doing this right. These lights are very bright, but we're just testing it out. We'll see how it goes. Now, normally I preface these videos with no one asked because I make these videos pretty unprovoked. But today, someone finally did ask. The f*** was that? And I think this is a great idea. I don't really know what genre you classify Pokemon Snap as. Well, damn. It's already a first-person shooter shoot 'em up, so this should be easy. Now at heart, it's a very simple game. There's very little programming that actually needs to be done because it's just a first-person shooter that you have significantly less control over. There's literally like 3 controls total. So I just looked up a first-person controller tutorial, which there's no shortage of online, that lets you look around and shoot, and threw in these overly realistic arms as a placeholder. Then I set up a rail system which contains a bunch of points and moves the player from one point to the next until they reach the end using simple linear interpolation. Then I added shooting and reloading to tie everything together. Except this time, I also added these horrific blood splatters and bullet holes just to really shatter all that childhood novelty that much more. Let's try it with this Pikachu. See, I love this idea because I spent days getting the Minecraft controller to work properly on my last video, but I coded all these controls for this in like a couple hours without any headaches. So that was literally all the setup needed for a Pokemon Snap clone game. The next thing I wanted to focus on, like every AAA company these days, was graphics. I found a really accurate custom Ash model online by a guy named JTN, but it wasn't rigged for animation or anything, so if I wanted to animate him, I'd have to put in extra effort. But I remember a bunch of you guys asking me on my SpongeBob first-person shooter why I didn't just throw all the models I needed animated into Mixamo. Now, at first I thought this was a disease, but upon further inspection, it's actually an Adobe software, and god damn, this thing is useful. You put your model in, drag some dots around, boom. Now he's just shooting after like 30 seconds of work. And normally I wouldn't use this because I don't mind animating and it's actually fun. But when it's with guns and realistic stuff that's been done a million times.
Yeah. Come on, come, god damn it, come on, rotate down, just go, touch the touch.
Now I'm from Canada. I've never touched a gun in my life. Actually, it's a lie. I have touched a military sniper rifle before. My point is, I don't know guns. I just threw in some random iconic guns like an AK-47 and a Desert Eagle and I don't even know what this shotgun or sniper is called. We'll swap out the original 01, which is the car you ride in the original game, with a tank because why not just throw a tank into this whole equation? Maps! I'm not ripping them from the original game. I'm making more tailored maps and a higher quality. And by that, I mean, I'm going to take a bunch of free, pre-made assets that other very talented people put a lot of time into, so I don't have to. And I can save days worth of work and my sanity, and then just make maps with those. There's plenty of these really cool and free nature packs and stuff I used on the Unity asset store that we can just throw into the scene, and boom, it looks like a AAA title. Suck my dick, EA. Now, I'm not using Blender to make the maps this time either. I'm using Unity's inbuilt terrain system. You see, Blender's very calculated, and it's fun, but it cost me an arm and a leg just to make the map for my last project. This method of making terrain, you just scribble on a texture, like a 4-year-old with a coloring book. And that sounds a lot more appealing to me. It's got different brushes to paint on geometry and textures. So like this star brush, if you just start painting with it, it just looks like mountains in the distance, which is really useful because if you look at the original Pokemon Snap maps, it's just generic terrain like this. There's so much power and potential in this tool. And so, god, f***ing damn it. Yeah, I drew dicks on it. This tool's too much power for me. I literally drew up these 6 different maps and it only took about 2 or 3 hours for each one. Then once the maps were done, I go in and throw in these dots from earlier so that the player will follow them around. Okay, that takes care of everything except the Pokemon part. So let's add Pokemon now. I'm only dealing with the original Pokemon and not any of the newer gen stuff because I don't know what this is. One of the guys threw his lunch into the garbage at a brainstorming meeting and the other guy was just like, holy shit, yes! It's been right under our noses this whole time. I know a lot of the demographic for Pokemon is probably a lot of older people that played it when they were a kid, but you don't have to do this. Anything but this. Either that or these guys were just extremely down bad. Hey guys, check out my new 8th gen Pokemon design. Put a lot of work into it. Anyways, what I was saying before I decided to lampoon the new Pokemon designs, we're only using the originals. And by originals, I really just mean anything before the 5th gen. But, come on. I can't just shoot a cute looking mouse in the face and have it feel justified. How the hell am I supposed to shoot this in the face? What do you take me for? A psychopath? Don't answer that question. So instead, we're gonna turn them all into zombies and make them look absolutely horrific so that it feels justified and it feels really good to shoot them. But also, oh god, like I want to shoot it to put it out of its misery. Like this thing's gonna rip my organs out and eat them for breakfast, so I really don't have any choice but to shoot it. So out of all the resources online, I got custom Pokemon models from the Pixelmon Reforged mod from Minecraft, which is great because they're not copyrighted models or ripped from Nintendo, so they won't my with a if they ever find this. I don't even have to animate the walk cycle for these things. Not all animations were intact, but I may do. And by that I mean I just left it in because I thought it looked really funny to me. It's better than animating all 151 Pokemon from scratch. And I can't even just throw them in Mixamo because they're animals, which I don't think Mixamo supports. What have I done?
I wouldn't want to fight me neither. Kick his ass, man.
This is almost more terrifying. I am terrified to see this one. A Jawbreaker does not stand a chance against this guy. Imagine this thing walking towards you at like 3 a.m. Wait, there are zombie animations on here. There's so many of them. This might just be better. Oh, he gets it in with the ladies, I can tell. Okay, so I genuinely thought about using them in Mixamo like this to make it look more terrifying, but half of them just won't rig because they're not shaped like humanoids, so I scrapped this idea. Not to mention, I also theoretically should have an animation for them attacking you too when they get close, but like, come on, there's 151 Pokemon. So if you guys want in on a little trick, I just combined a bunch of particle effects that cover a good chunk of the Pokemon's body and then play that whenever they damage the player, so it kind of obscures them and it still adds a visual cue for their attack, and then it just looks like this. That's a little tech tip for you. So making the Pokemon look zombified is a combination of both model and texture work. So I started slightly tweaking the models, first of which was this innocent Pikachu from earlier, and made it look like it's falling apart, dismembered tail, he's walking on this weird lopsided foot. I downloaded a Triceratops model, used Decimate to get rid of all the geometry so it wouldn't lag, made Pikachu's ribs pop out, made his skull pop out of his head, mess up his arms, and on the texture side of things, we're making the eyes red, tinting the color to offset everything a little bit to this disgusting green, desaturating it to suck the life out of him, and not in the good way. Add some blood splatters, give him some claw marks, once again, not the good kind. And lastly, a flesh texture overlay to give it little imperfect details, and voila! You got a valid court argument to never let me touch a computer again in my life. And then I repeated this about 150 times for the rest of the Pokemon. You guys ever seen those terrifying trolley commercials that are just made to be like super disturbing? If Trolley wants to sponsor me after this, email me. I'm also going to throw their sound effects into Audacity and mess with them. This one was aptly named Pikachu getting run over by a car. The fire on his tail burns for Satan. This one's not even edited, this is just a raw voice clip. I just thought it was hilariously scarring. Now I thought that making them zombies might take away from the joke of shooting these innocent Pokemon, and I wanted to do something special for the music. So I gave my music man Nolan $200 and a sandwich from 7-Eleven to remix whatever Pokemon songs we could find MIDI files for. And we just made the songs really upbeat to juxtaposition everything else. We modified them all to about the bare minimum of what would qualify for fair use, but I think we still captured the Pokemon vibe, and we got some pretty solid gameplay. Now so we can actually select levels, I very tactically planned out my vision for the menu in Microsoft Paint, drew up some more UI elements in Photoshop, drew up a nice little title screen scene. Then for the mission select, I found a cool pre-made lab scene online, threw some Pokemon themed decals on there so it seems legit. Then to really set the atmosphere of the scene, I added these flickering lights, which makes it all, ooh, you know, like it's abandoned, like something went down there, it's dimly lit. Okay, I sound like an English teacher right now. Then I threw the mission select over it, so you couldn't really see it anyway. Didn't really think that one through, and that's a finished childhood nightmare. If you showed this to a kid, well, he'd probably cry. So I've got this masterpiece of a Pokemon game here, but what do innocent and unsuspecting people think of it?
All right, guys, we're here with Mitchell. He is the director of The Godfather. Mitchell, do you even know what you're playing today?
Not at all. You've told me nothing.
Okay, this is the new Pokemon game.
The new Pokemon
The
game.
new Pokemon game, yeah, here. I'll start it up for you.
I just read the title of it.
Will,
Rumble.
are you excited to play my new Pokemon game?
Sure am. Look at that title screen. You can't beat that.
I love the title screen already. Fend off the Pokemon.
I'm ready, man. Let's jump into this.
Oh my fucking god. That's demented.
Oh? This looks exciting. Is this like Pokemon Snap? Except you snap them with an AK-40. Oh shit!
Yeah, this is Pokemon Snap, except Ash is the one who has Snap this time.
Is that a fucking Pidgey? Pidgey?
Yeah.
Jeez, these are coming out of nowhere.
They all look fucking terrifying.
Why are they so f***ed up looking? Their arms are like twisted and shit. They look so f***ed up.
It's the power of the rotate tool in Blender.
Okay. Pro tip.
What were you thinking when you made this game? Oh my fucking god, what the fuck is that?
God, no.
We got the Windows XP screensaver over here.
You sure do. That's like a wallpaper background, dude.
Your one Pokemon was like half and half.
Yeah, they're pretty mangled.
This reminds me of Left 4 Dead.
You know, I gotta say, out of all the games that came out this year, this is probably the most next-gen game I've seen, as far as foliage.
Thank you.
Do you get more points for like headshots?
No, you just get the satisfaction of putting it out of its misery.
Alright, but did you make bullet hits for the trees? Are there wood impacts?
Kind of weird, like we save the trees, right?
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
need to plant more trees. You wouldn't want to shoot one and break it down because we're trying to plant more of them. Mr. Beast wouldn't like that very much.
100% of this game was made on his budgeting and funding.
Yeah, the budget for this game, aka $100.
You've actually made it pretty challenging.
Do you think there's enough blood in this game?
I think you could use more. So far, you're making a great game.
Some of these are like really f***ed up, like this one.
Look at all the blood that Snorlax left.
Yeah, man, he's a big guy.
Big boy, big blood. Did I make it? Did I do it?
Alright, overall, opinions.
I would say pretty excellent. Like out of 10, probably 9.3.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Would you let your future kids play this?
Absolutely.
Did this cure your depression?
No. I'm still
So it's not that
thoroughly
good.
depressed.
Why would I get a little Pikachu to faint this Charizard when I just shoot it with an AK?
Not Justice. Yeah, man, go.
Holy crap. You have a sensitivity slider on your
Yeah, man, that's next level.
Pikachu looks
In conclusion, here are all the reasons why Pokemon Snap should not have a gun. Don't know if that needed to be illustrated, but it's been done, so if you have a problem with that, build a time machine and go back and stop me. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Sleep well tonight. Peace! bullet holes, just to really